Welcome to the dark and frightful world of Gen V, where our favorite God U co-eds finally realize Kate is behind their memory lapses. But what does that mean for the fate of Kate and Andre's budding relationship? Also, what's the deal with Dean Shetty? Well, we've got predictions. Thanks for watching until the end, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more intense adventures into sci-fi, fantasy, and just good old-fashioned fun. All right, let's get straight into it. Oh yeah, the title.
All right, so episode 5 is entitled Welcome to Monster Club. They are trying to figure out what has gone on. And it kind of has like this early college vibe. There's that. And then, of course, you have these super able people who are wilding out at this party, or they were wilding out the night before, and some of the things are still kind of residual. And they're ultimately just trying to figure out what has happened over these past few days that is missing.
And speaking of this wild and out party and trying to figure things out, they wake up totally unaware of what has happened for the past couple days. Brittany, let's break this down. Let's start off by talking about Marie and Jordan.
Okay, so Andre and Kate walk in and see Marie and Jordan in the bed. They wake up and they're so nervous. They have no idea what happened. They don't remember what happened. They're like, we're just in bed together. You can see Marie so nervous about where her bra is at. She's just very self-aware, self-conscious. I feel like everybody's had those moments where they were like, they woke up in the bed and was like, where am I at? What is going on right now? And then Andre and Kate are walking through the house trying to figure out where they're at. Then they realize whose house they're in, and they go through the room and see all these different suits doing drugs, having sex, just crazy, wild, coming everywhere in one thing.
I was about to say, not just sex, just like fetish, weirdo, no judgment type sex. It's not regular.
It was not regular sex. It was some random stuff going on.
And I was here for it. He had his hand shaking like this. I was like, what is he about to do with his hand?
Why she had that big old hole in her back?
Hey,
I mean,
that's not your business. You just mad you ain't got a hole in your back.
It is. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, this is so wild.
Really broke the back. Okay, so that's what happens with those four characters. Emma and Sam. Oh yeah, you want to talk about that? What happens when they wake up?
So Emma and Sam. So at this point, Sam hasn't been wiped as far as I'm aware, but Emma has, and she wakes up, doesn't have a clue what's going on. She's chopping it up with Marie. They're trying to figure it out, and Sam just kind of pops up like a crackhead, out of the bushes. It's like, hey, I'm glad you're okay. And Brittany, what does he say to her? Something weird.
I smelled your throw up, so I knew you were safe.
I followed your scent. Basically, you smell like vomit, bitch, and I knew where to find you. But so
who wants those senses?
So at this point, those are some good senses. So he's definitely really powerful. He can smell throw up miles away. But so at this point, Emma doesn't recognize or recall the time spent with Sam or anything like that. So he's trying to explain to her what is going on, but it's lost on her. Marie's like, he's weird. He's sick. Like something's wrong with him. We've never met you, dude. So yeah, so that's what happens with Emma and Sam.
I liked how they were warning him. He was like, your school is not safe. You need to realize that the people here are not here to protect you and that you are in grave danger. And he was like, wait a minute, you can't trust me either. Because Marie and that intuition is like, can I trust you? And he's like, well, you're right. You can't trust me either. Okay, well, I'm just going to try to save y'all. Okay, I'm out. Bye.
But before some of that, I guess he was trying to get Marie to remember who he was, or to at least say, I know who you are. He was just like, you're the good girl. He kept doing this. So in the previous episode, she took that, I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to call it a tracker for lack of a better word.
It was this episode.
Well, yeah. So she takes this out, but in because he has some of the memories, right? So he's saying, you're the blood girl, and he kept doing this. So I wonder what happened to her neck.
Kate is that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how much she's been wiping their memory?
I am over Kate, but I'm also very intrigued by Kate. Very intrigued.
So she's the Taylor Swift of the show. I don't like her.
Oh, you don't like Taylor Swift?
Fuck Taylor Swift.
We're about to lose all kind of viewers.
You can't say that. You can't say you hate Taylor Swift. Oh my goodness.
Because people be like, she's the white Beyonce. No, she's not. No, she's not.
You may have a white Beyonce. There's just Beyonce.
Just Beyonce. Just Beyonce. Just
There's
Beyonce.
just Beyonce.
It's like, oh, she's a white Aretha Franklin. You can't say that. Like, this makes sense. Just let her be.
I listen to the Brilliant Idiots a lot, and they talk about Taylor Swift and how she's just so great. And I'm like, what? That's what Kate is to me.
So when Marie and Emma are leaving I guess I'm going to call it a frat house. When they're leaving the frat house, Marie makes a funny little joke, and she's just like, what did she say? She said, toe sucks are weird. And my question to you is, are toe sucks weird? Well, just to let everyone know, you can suck my toes.
You can suck my toes too. That's very nice. They got that.
Yes.
Whatchamacallit? What do you call it? That nerve?
Yes.
That goes all the way down?
It's part of the erogenous zone. Toes are very tender.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like the best thing is like when you're inside and you just start sucking the toes while you're inside at the same time. Just lose control.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. Next time, just make them suck your toe. Just make them suck your toe.
Let me get here and go clip my toenails so I can start asking for what I need.
I stay with a pedicure, baby, just in case.
Just in case.
Gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Okay.
So there was a scene between Dean, I want to say Dean Shetty so bad. Dean Shetty and Cardoso. And he basically tells Dean Shetty. He basically tells Dean Shetty that Marie is so much more powerful and that would speed up his experimentation. What do you think he's doing to these soups?
Injecting something into their blood and experimenting on them through that way to see what happens as it goes through their system. That's just what I think.
But for what purpose?
I think he wants control.
He wants to control?
He wants control. I'm sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Control.
Just to control them.
And I don't think it's just for the godlike complex for control, but there's for some other purpose that you want to use them. But they're so powerful, you have to be able to control them. It's almost like a virus, like going inside, studying it, building up an immunity, if you will, for it. So I think he wants to know how to control them so he can use them for whatever purpose, but, more of a puppet master type thing. I can have you do all the things that I want you to do, but ultimately I move the strings, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. So
I agree with you.
So we cut back to Jordan and Marie. Jordan basically tries to downplay what happened, or at least what they think happened the night before. What?
We got to go back to it. What you said.
What did I say?
Remember when the guy that is what's his name? Oh shit.
Rufus?
No, not Rufus.
I was about to say Rufus.
Boys. This goes back to the boys. What's the main character's name that's big and strong?
I want to say Captain America.
I want to say Captain America too. But the guy that's like Captain America, his dad. Remember in the last season where they found his dad and the Russians were experimenting on them? It's just like that, so they can control him. That's what I think about when I think about control. They're trying to figure out how they can control the soups or make them even stronger or do things with them with the military.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that season. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense. Especially because they're young and impressionable and, they're not going to know anybody. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think they're trying to control him the way the Russians did his dad.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. So this is a continuation. They did say that this would be a continuation of The Boys.
Yep.
Okay. That makes total sense. Okay. All right. So good. Ooh, Brittany for the gym. Yeah.
I be coming through sometimes, y'all.
Oftentimes, girl. Oftentimes.
So Jordan tries to downplay what happened with Marie. Oh yeah. What are your thoughts there?
So isn't that so reminiscent? It's a defense mechanism. You don't want to feel played. So you can't really read the other person. So instead of doing the obvious thing, like, asking, you just fill in a whole bunch of holes and what happened and finish the narrative yourself. Okay. Maybe poor choice of words, but, but rather than just asking, you jumps the gun and decides to be like, oh, we're cool. We don't have to talk about it. So they're both kind of feeling the same way, not really knowing how to navigate each other, but really liking each other. So they just try to play it cool and act like, oh, it's nothing. But both of them are kind of talking through it with their friends. So it was really cute, really innocent. I thought it was adorable.
Okay. All right.
I really like that scene too. It was very awkward.
And then,
first loves.
We get into Jordan's kind of hangups though, and I love how he's talking to the invisible dude, and he's like, "Hey, don't project that onto her. No one says she prefers you when you're a guy. You're the one that showed up that way to get it on, so that's not on her. That's on you. That's how you showed up."
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I think Marie would have been good either way. Marie's gonna get the best of both worlds, so I'm here for it.
Which world does she prefer?
I don't think she has a preference.
I don't.
I really don't
she
think.
likes both.
Yeah, I think she's good either way because she's like, I like them, you know. I'm sure you do. It's like having a threesome every day. Like, you're fine, you know, just do whatever.
But I think this is just what I think. I think Jordan prefers to be a girl. Would Marie be okay with it?
I think she likes donuts and hot dogs.
You play for the hot dog or, you know, hit the donut or whatever. How a voice said it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Okay, so Andre confronts Rufus about losing memory, but he also, when he confronts Rufus, he loses his memory again. So what's going on here? I mean, is it really Rufus? Or because he closed the door, right?
Rufus is the personification of a date rape drug. Is he not? Rufus, right? He really is a scumbag. He really is.
But my question is, was it really Rufus?
I think Rufus is just like kind of caught up in the crosshairs. I feel like he's doing something, but not to the magnitude that they think he is. Like, I don't think Rufus is that bright. He's not. Obviously, he's being puppeted, you know, in here somewhere. But I think he's definitely still wiping their memory some of the time. It's just, you know, there's a larger character or characters at play than Rufus.
Such as
Kate.
So how could Kate have done that when the room was completely closed?
No, that's the time you're speaking of. I'm knowing Rufus did it. Rufus did it that time because it's like, hey, you're about to knock my block off. I got to do something. So let me go ahead and reset you.
See, this is the thing. I'm not convinced that Rufus had anything to do with it. I think it's Kate.
Again? But where was she?
Because, okay, so at the end of that particular episode, there was like a preview for the next episode. And at least what I saw, it looked like Kate turned invisible. So if she could, because remember in one of the previous scenes before this happened, she's like, oh my God. Well, she was like, where's Andre? And then she was like, oh my God, Rufus. And they kind of they went somewhere else. And I'm assuming that she got to Rufus, or she turned invisible and kind of waited until Rufus until Rufus got there and walked in with him.
That would be quite a plot twist.
That's what I'm assuming.
If Kate can be invisible, oh my goodness.
That would be. It would make so much sense too.
Yeah.
I want to know more about Kate. We need some more Kate episodes. I gotta see what's going on with Kate.
Yeah, we need the backstory. Is she the villain or is she a victim? We don't know.
It could be a little bit of both. Probably more victim.
Could be a little bit of both.
I'm really damaged.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say villain.
I don't want to be as manipulated by Dean Shetty, who has absolutely no powers other than being manipulative.
I mean, she got the gift of gab.
Yeah.
My gosh. I'm like, look at her feeding them bullshit.
I'm gonna just make you some tea. You want some pancakes? I'm gonna just sit here and use my mouthpiece and not in the way that you think. Just get you to do whatever I want you to do.
So manipulative. And they don't even see it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of somebody I know.
Several somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna leave that one alone. So Emma is now in the top 100. I think you kind of mentioned this earlier. What is Emma feeling in this moment?
So Emma, we kind of talked about this off camera. I feel like Emma has taken a journey from infamy to being outright famous. So Emma, like Brittany mentioned before, she's just getting big and just is comfortable, you know, and people are receiving her well in the super able community. They're like, hey, you know, Emma, you were litty, you know, they're giving her props. So she's starting to feel seen, you know, in a big way. So
literally.
Yeah, I'm really, really loving how Emma is appearing to become more confident and comfortable in who she is. So I'm here for it. Again, like I've been saying, these past few episodes have been Emma's episodes. They really have been.
I like Emma. I really do.
Do
I'm
tell.
Team Emma and Marie. I like them both together. I hope that there's a spinoff. But
Emma and Sam.
mm-hmm, that would be
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
All right, Summer.
So speaking of Sam, Emma gets when she's back in her room. Emma, she picks up something, this jersey
That
or
shirt
whatever.
that
Yeah, that
say
shirt.
star something.
So she gets a clue and she decides she probably needs to go to this drive-in. What are your thoughts right here, Brittany?
She's brave because she just finds a shirt and she's like, let's go see where this leads. Let me see where this leads me. Not where it leads us, but she went by herself to this place and was like, okay, what's going on here? And then she sees Sam and she's talking to Sam and she's letting Sam tell her, hey, this is what really happened. And immediately she calls and tells Marie, hey, it's Kate. Kate did it. Nobody else did it. It was Kate. And this is why it was Kate. She took Golden Boy's memory to where he didn't know he had a brother, and she did it multiple times. And Sam was like, it's Kate. She that one. Y'all thinking that it's other people, but it's right there in your inner circle. Snake done bit you.
Hiding in plain sight.
That's a TV show.
So before all of that happens, Brittany, Sam is in a cave seeing puppets.
Oh, that's my favorite scene of this whole thing. What was it? Oh yeah, what was it like? What were the puppets?
Oh man, we were saying it was like at first, it's all fun and games. It's like crank yankers. It's funny, it's silly, and then it gets real dark and serious. Like, oh shoot.
Arms get ripped off, legs are ripped off, people are taken and split in half where the spine cord is out. The man is screaming and crying, talking about, hey, I got 2 daughters. These are their names. Just rip apart.
Was it not screaming like an episode of Black Mirror?
Yes.
Like, it really was. It was giving me Black Mirror vibes. Like, oh my goodness.
It was so good. I loved it.
So in a later scene, Marie basically goes to Kate's dorm room and tells her and tells her what's been happening. And Kate said, did that Sam guy come back? Hell yeah.
Kate is that person, again, hiding in plain sight, freaking snake in the grass, like Brittany said. She is that person to where when you're on the outside looking in, you want to come through the TV screen and choke her ass out. Because it's like you are playing, and now you ain't even good at this point. You just relying on them powers. But it's like she's just acting like she's a friend when she's really a foe, and Maria, she's telling all, like, oh, I got a chip in my shoulder. Look what I found. And Kate's like, slipping the glove off on her ass, like a nigga taking off the condom. Like, oh, really? Oh, come here. Let me touch you on your shoulder. And you wondering why it's feeling a little different because she done slipped it off on you, and you like, it didn't feel like this before. And then so when you walk up and you see your boo thing and you're like, hey, what I talked to you about earlier when I said we were good, what you talking about? I didn't say that. Freaking Kate. You've been cated.
Speaking of Kate, Kate goes to see Dean Shetty and starts to cry. Oh yeah, what's going on right here?
Oh my goodness. So she another one that you want to choke out. And Dean Shetty, by the way, just absolutely beautiful person. You love to just look at her, but you want to be so mad with her. She's just an awful human being. But so yes, Kate goes to Dean Shetty. Obviously, she's been puppeted by her. We don't know exactly for how long, what the nature of their relationship is. Who Kate really is for that matter. And Dean Shetty's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know this must be so hard for you, but you're so great. You're so amazing. This really is a great gift that you have. And no one else could do it. But I mean, if ever there was selling peanuts to an elephant, it would be Dean Shetty. She make you feel like, you can fly a plane. I mean, she is a master manipulator.
Yeah. She really is.
So Kate is very childlike with Dean Shetty and wanting to please her for whatever reason. So I'm just really interested in Kate's backstory and why Dean Shetty has this power over her, and not just her. A lot of the suits, like she's just, like Brittany said earlier, has a hell of a mouthpiece. Like, oh my goodness.
Well, with her psychology background, I would imagine that it's a bit easier. If she knows, as long as she knows their backstory, she can use their backstory on them.
Thanks.
That's true. I think that's what she's doing too. She's giving them the love that they didn't get at home. She's that mother figure that they're looking for. So it's like, even at school, I see that with children that are so broken. They're looking for that unconditional love. But from a stranger that's
Hey,
using you and you
Dean
know that
Shetty
they're
is
using you,
Jody.
You'll get it from wherever you can.
that mess is so sad.
So, Brittany, by the end of the episode, everyone confronts Rufus. Of course, they arrive at different times. Can you kind
Dickless
of break that
Rufus.
scene down
Did
for
you
us?
just say Dickless Rufus, Roofied Rufus, all of those things?
Rufus, Dickless Rufus. So everybody's chasing after Rufus. Andre comes in and has the garden supplies being thrown at him, and as they're throwing it at him, and Rufus is running, and he's up against the wall. They call and they tell him, "Hey, no, wait, Andre, it was Kate." And he's like, "No, it can't be Kate." And then here come Kate walking her blue-eyed, blonde hair ass in, and was like, "Well, actually, it was me. I did it." And then she comes and she touches him and lets him see everything. And when she lets Andre see everything, he got that one Denzel Washington tear come down. That big old hard one tear a black man can do that just hits you in your heart.
The true betrayal.
Okay, he felt it. I've been betrayed by this white girl.
Stereotypical blonde hair, blue eyes.
You shouldn't have messed with your homeboy's girl. Look at what happened. Look, she done got you, and look at what happened.
I didn't know Kate, side note, sidebar, didn't know Kate could return memory.
Yes.
Didn't know that was a thing until this scene.
Y'all, what if Kate is older than what she's saying she is?
I was thinking that.
Remember 21 Jump Street? What if that's what's going on? 21 Jump Street with Volt. They done.
Why would they do that though?
Because they trying to control them. So they got to infiltrate.
So she's just around year by year.
She young.
And is there
She looks
anybody
young,
else
but
that
she
can
really
do what
older.
Kate does?
That's what she said. Nobody can do what you can do. I think she might be older than what they saying. That's nasty because she slept with Andre. How old is she though?
He legal.
I mean,
that's true.
I mean, cougar alert.
Catch him, girl. Catch him while they young and virile.
But you know what? And in her case, it's not a cougar. It's just creepy because you got to give people an option. You can't just be out here pretending to be 20 and you 2,000 years old, Kate.
Not 2,000.
Oh my gosh, what if that's true? Like Wonder Woman. She just don't age.
Just eternal. She's
eternal. Eternally in her early 20s.
So speaking of Andre and Kate, where will Kate and Andre's relationship go after this?
I think he's gonna take her back. I think she's gonna cry and he's gonna take her back.
Keep them fragility tears to yourself because you clearly screwed over everybody in this situation. But I really am curious though to know how they're gonna maneuver after all of this like serious betrayal. Like Kate has done a lot and we don't even know everything up to this point. So
I don't think they're gonna leave her though. Leave her behind. I just can't see that happening.
I don't know that Andre will be able to move forward with Kate after this because he invested, at least from what I've seen, so much trust in her, and then in a very traumatic part of his life. I don't think there's any coming back from that kind of betrayal.
True, but I think they still gonna be a part of each other's lives, but not in a romantic sense. I think it's gonna be to take down Vault in the woods. I think it's gonna be that. They're gonna try to be like, Kate, we want you to be a double agent.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
I think I like that theory. Just as an aside, I just don't trust Kate. You did too much, because at this point you're a quadruple agent. You doing a lot.
I think it's been working for Volt from the beginning, though. Don't you?
Maybe she got a scholarship.
She done had it for 2,000 years.
I mean, she ain't got no money.
No money, no family.
That we know about. They probably done lied to her too.
Oh yeah, her backstory might be a lie.
Might be. You know what? And Dean Shetty might actually have some powers. I don't know what they might be, but she might have some powers that we just don't know about.
She might. Why is she always feeding everybody? You want some tea? You want pancakes?
She's probably drugging them.
Thought about that.
Why is she always feeding everybody? What's her power? It might be something that has to deal with edible.
She she probably drugging them.
She might be,
I'm always
because
down for an edible.
she always got them feeling cozy. Have you noticed the way the lighting is and the way the mood
And the
is?
teacup. And this I noticed that more in this episode when she was
Mhm.
making the tea. How, like you said, the lighting, that camera angle, and how much they zoomed in on that teacup in this particular episode more than any other. Like, So
They
that's a
zoomed
good
in on
point.
them
She may have-
pancakes.
But what then would be her power? I mean, like, what happened as a consequence of them eating? Like, what changed about them as a consequence of them drinking or eating?
You know how food can make you feel comforting?
Yeah.
You know how eating food, it
Mhm.
releases those happy endorphins?
Mhm.
Maybe it has something to do with the chemicals if they're close to you. There's some type of chemical or pheromone that you emote that
And,
makes you want to feel comfortable or cozy or something like that. Because you
and
notice
so-
how every time somebody's around her, they immediately just relax and they're calm.
and they don't. None of them really expose her.
Exactly.
Now Marie, like I said, she has some intuition. Like, I don't trust her. Like, there's something that's just a bit off. But for the most part, nobody exposes Dean Shetty.
Mm-mm.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. Look, I believe like we we came up with a whole lot today about what this next episode would be. Y'all, I thought new episodes for Gen V came out on Thursdays.
Fridays, right?
It's on Fridays?
Is it Friday?
Oh, I don't know.
Am I
I
losing
don't
it?
know either.
I'm losing time.
I don't know.
Oh
It doesn't
no,
matter.
Kate done affected you too.
She done got me, girl. She done got me.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you all so very much for joining us. Don't forget to kiss the subscribe button, click on the like button, share us on all your social media. Don't forget to nibble on that notification button and make love to our senses in the comments. Until next time, y'all have a great one.